Greetings and welcome back to the lab, and welcome to take 3 on this unexpected video. I decided I wanted to build something, a little quick backstory. Someone in the family just had hip surgery. One of the suggestions was to have a night light in the bedroom, so if they have to get up in the middle of the night, there's less chance of them tripping over things. So I thought about it and I realized I had a bunch of these. There's some more of it. These were the lights that were up above originally, until I came up with another solution and they started malfunctioning and this and that. So I've torn them apart, and if you recall, I'm going to put that down for a second. I built this here. See if I can get that plugged in. Which is a spacer and a diffuser for the double circle PCB that allows me to put something kind of in a case so you're not looking directly at the LEDs. And I thought, you know what, I've still got the original spacer and diffuser that I had designed for the lights up above. So I thought maybe I can use that with one of these, and so I picked the warm white one. Let me put a couple things away and slowly we'll clean up here. And it's take 3 because I had a bunch of problems that I won't even bother you with, but ultimately I got it hooked up so that it's working like that. Now I can put it behind the diffuser. Now, I mean, that will leave a pattern like that if I put it that close, which is a possibility. Or I can put it behind the spacer, and then if I can get this to work with me here, and then put the diffuser on top of that so it's not so close and it'll be a more gentle glow instead of seeing the point sources of light. So I think that's what I'm going to do, is put this together. What I need to figure out, there was a problem with this one, and I think it was that I made a 6mm hole here. I'm not sure if that's 6mm. I know there was a problem at one point where I did that. I put the wrong size hole because I got radius and diameter confused. And this here, I believe, that might be a 5mm hole. So I'm going to have to figure out how to negotiate all of this to get it all together, because the parts are not all necessarily designed for, well, they were designed for each other, but I made mistakes. I've since resolved that, and actually the double circle PCB will be up, if it's not already up, on my website, and the spacer and diffuser in a different form. The previous one that you saw that doesn't have the extra wing here, that wing was designed so that I could screw through the wing to screw it down to basically a mounting, so that the light would be off to the side of the mounting and it's not being blocked by the mounting. That was the intention with this, and it kind of looks like a snowman, so it's kind of cute. So I think I'm going to make that for the night light. And so let me try and put this together here. Let me dig really quick through here and try and figure out, we'll just jump into time lapse while I try to figure out what size screws and bolts and spacers will actually work for this. All right, it looks like it was pretty much just M3. Everything was M3 when I designed this. And so what I happen to have available to myself, and I've got just enough, it looks like, I've got some M3 bolts. Let me see if I got more of those. I may have to stock up. I don't think I do. And I want to save the M5s that I have. Well, actually, there's some M3s here that might work, but I'll use the white ones for now. I can always recover them later. Yeah, my M5 bolts are being saved for the 4th of July project, which is coming up soon. And I got some M2s in here. Yeah. I'm just going to go ahead and use these because they are white and they will match up nicely with the diffuser. Then beyond that, I've got, let me put that back, put those back. I've got some M3 standoffs that will work. So these have a thread on one side and a bolt on the other. So I can put the thread in to catch the bolt that's going through here and put it on there, and then that will stick up just enough that I can then fit the circuit board on top of it. I'll have to decide which orientation to put the circuit board, but then that'll fit in there, and then I've got some nuts that I can put on top of there, or worst case scenario, I've got more of these, I can put these, and they could actually kind of stand up like that. So let me throw this together in time lapse, and we'll see what it all looks like in the end. It occurs to me to give you some measurements on some of this stuff, so let's knock out one of these. This will be up on Thingiverse. I have a different version of this. It's not going to have this wing. If people really want the extra wing, I can put that up too. But I wanted to look at the actual lengths of the units that I'm using, and it'll all be adjustable. If you know OpenSCAD, you can get in there and change it out, change the depth of each of these, so you can make it much taller or you can make it less tall, and then it will also have the spacer. The black part here has an extra little recess to key the diffuser, and then it'll have another recess on the other side for you to drop the circuit board into. So hopefully that'll all work out, but you have to keep in mind the length of the standoffs here and the bolts to make sure you have enough. Now in this particular case, this looks to be a 15 millimeter bolt, and the standoff is also, I believe, 15 millimeters. I believe that's how I set it all up. It's really just going to be a matter of I'll put some instructions for, depending on the default 3D files that I put up, I'll put the size of the standoff and the size of the bolt so you can get them. You're probably going to want to get the bolts in the same color as the diffuser. It doesn't have to be white. If you wanted to put a white light behind a red diffuser, you could do that. Also, these are not, what's the term? These are resin prints. Thus, they're much smoother. Also, I mean, they get post-processing. I've been ordering them up. I don't actually have my own 3D printer, so it just is useful to have that. And I almost got this one. And I also wanted to say that when you piece this together initially, you don't want to make it over tight. You really want to make it finger tight. In this case, this one's fighting me. And the reason is that when you go to put the circuit board on, and I guess I'm going to put it, which way is going to look better? Coming out that way? Yeah, maybe coming out this way. When you go to put it on, you need to have just a little bit of give in these bolts so that they will actually fit into the circuit board. It's a tight fit, and if you over tighten, what ends up happening is the plastic ends up deforming slightly and the bolts will pull in, so you don't end up, you can't line it up all that easily. So that's got that. Now I can actually tighten these up a bit. And you know what? I'm not going to worry about that. Let's find the M3 nuts. Those are M5. I had them a minute ago. No? Oh, they're right here. M3? Yeah. So it's just going to be 4 of these held onto that. And then it's just a matter of plugging in the USB and maybe getting a little wall adapter so you can get the USB near a plug and you'll have a night light. So that's the plan. Let me get these together. And I will plug it in one more time so you can see it. Let me just get 2 of these on and I'll show you what it looks like. Then I'll finish it up and give it to the person who just had surgery. You know what? I'm not even going to worry about that one. I'll get that off camera. This should be enough for you to see what the finished product is going to look like. Please pardon the big mess on the desk. I'll clean some of that up right now. To give you an idea what it, oh, lovely. Well, I'm going to have some more work to do to clean up. I want to make this presentable enough for a thumbnail, right? Does that make sense? Yeah, something like that. We'll get rid of some of the extra things that caused me trouble. And there you go. That's what it looks like. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and have a great day.